नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सखगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सखगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, and we are in the 9th chapter now. We finished 32 slokas in the 9th chapter. So we just have 2 more slokas to finish the 9th chapter. So by Krishna's mercy, we are studying and we are progressing, we are understanding this Bhagavad Gita every day. So now Krishna is teaching us even very important science, the knowledge that anyone who worships Krishna will go to Krishna. That is the main thing. So even if one considers, even if one commits the most abominable activities, but still if that person is engaged in Krishna's devotional service, then it is guaranteed that he will go to Krishna. That's the main point. So being a devotee of Krishna is very, very important for us. So how can we prove that we are devotees of Krishna? Just by worshipping him all the time. So that means by doing everything for his satisfaction, for Krishna's satisfaction. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, of course. Because only in Bhagavad Gita we understand what Krishna wants from us. And only in Bhagavad Gita we even understand about Krishna, about ourselves, about everything, all the knowledge, all the spiritual knowledge we are gaining only in Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is the most confidential knowledge, but it is very easily revealed to his Krishna's devotees. So being a devotee of Krishna, for all of us, it's very, very easy to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. It's very easy. We are going to understand it completely. There is no doubt about it. Just because of this one great qualification. Only one great qualification, that is being a devotee of Krishna. That is the main thing. So now Krishna is teaching us this Bhagavad Gita. We understand how to control our mind. We understand how to act without attachment to the results. And we understand how to free ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature. So we also understand in our day-to-day life how to behave, how to act. What are the qualifications for a devotee? Everything we are understanding. Everything Krishna is teaching us very nicely, in detail. So in detail, Krishna is teaching us. So we just have to gain all these qualities, all this we need to qualify. That is the main thing. Even how to understand if a person is freed from the modes of nature, or how to understand if a person's intelligence is very well established. So for all these things, so it's very nicely it's documented in Bhagavad Gita. The qualities given. The qualities of a devotee are very nicely given here. We just have to fulfill. We just have to follow what Krishna says and qualify and ourselves to, we should meet all those qualifications. That is the main thing. So in this material world, we are trying to qualify ourselves. We are trying to improve our qualifications. So we are going to college, we are going to schools and studying and going to college and getting degrees, master's degrees, and what we are trying to put on our name, at the end of our name. We want to put all kinds of qualifications. We are very proud. We are very proud to say that I am this so and so. So my name is, and then we want to put all kinds of degrees and qualifications and everything. Sometimes people put so many such qualifications that it will go like a very long thing. We don't even understand what it means. Really speaking, we should put at the end of our name the only qualification what we need is Krishna's devotee. That's it, devotee of Krishna. So if we are able to elevate ourselves to that quality, like being a devotee of Krishna, becoming a devotee of Krishna, then that means by understanding Bhagavad Gita. So that means by understanding Bhagavad Gita fully. So by studying, understanding this Bhagavad Gita fully, if we are able to put on our name that we are qualified, means we understand Bhagavad Gita. So people when they get degrees, so they get degrees then within the parentheses they put what degrees they got. So like that, we need to get our bachelor's degree in Bhagavad Gita, master's degree in Bhagavad Gita, and doctoral degree in Bhagavad Gita. So everything, it's very, very important for us. So this is a very important qualification for us, getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita only clears everything, all the questions, all the confusions, all our doubts, everything is gone. So Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, we need to slash all our doubts with the weapon of knowledge. So that is the main thing. So jnanam. So in the fourth chapter towards the end also Krishna says, so we need to use this Bhagavad Gita, and using Bhagavad Gita as the knowledge, we need to basically that's what when Krishna is glorifying about the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that it's a weapon. So we need to use this weapon, and with the weapon of knowledge, we need to destroy the doubts, the destroy all our doubts. So that's what we need to do. So that's what Krishna is saying there. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very, very important. Yeah, Chitvaitam Samsayam Yogam. So that's what Krishna says, that Chitvaitam Samsayam Yogam. In the fourth chapter, in the sloka number 42, Krishna is saying that Tasmat Ajnana Sambhutam Hritastam Jnana Sinatmanaga Chitvainam Samsayam Yogam Matisto Tista Bharatha. Tasmat Ajnana Sambhutam. Ajnana Sambhutam means that is arisen because of our ignorance. So therefore the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance. That's what Tasmat Ajnana Sambhutam Hritastam Jnanasinatmanaga. So Hritastam means in the heart. So therefore the doubts, it is Ajnana, out of ignorance. Ajnana Sambhutam Hritastam Jnanasinatmanagam. So we need to Jnanasina. Jnanasina means the weapon of knowledge. So with the weapon of knowledge, that's what Jnanasinatmanagam. Chitvaitam. Chitvaitam means we need to cut. We need to cutting off. That's what Chitvaitam. So with the weapon of knowledge, we need to cut off the doubts which have arisen in our heart because of ignorance. That's why Tasmat Ajnana Sambhutam Hritastam Jnanasinatmanaga Chitvaitam Samsayam. Samsayam means the doubt. So Samsayam. Asamsayam, many times Krishna is using. Asamsayam means there is no doubt. So Samsayam means there is doubt. So Chitvaitam, Chitvainam, Samsayam, Yogamatisto Tista Bharata. So then be situated in yoga. So that's what Krishna is saying. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart because of ignorance, due to ignorance, you just slash them by the weapon of knowledge. That's what Krishna is saying, that this Bhagavad Gita is the weapon of knowledge. We studied about the Bhagavad Gita is the fire of knowledge, this is the lamp of knowledge, is the eyes of knowledge, is the boat of knowledge, it's also the weapon of knowledge. So that way we need to cut off all our doubts. So that way if we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, that means we will not have any doubts. Nayam lokosti ayajnasya kutonyaga kuru sattama. So if we don't perform any yajna, if we don't have the knowledge, so that means there is no way we can be happy. We won't be happy anywhere. That's what Krishna is saying. So in order to be ourselves, to be happy, we need to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's what in the 4th chapter Krishna is saying that. So Nayam lokosti ayajnasya kutonya kurusattama. So that way we need to get this knowledge. Yajnatva na punarmoham yevam yasyasi pandava yena bhutani asesani drikshashyasi atmanyato mayi. So yajnatva na punarmoham yevam yasyasi pandava. O Pandava, O Arjuna, after getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, you will not get confused again. That's what Krishna is saying. Yajnatva napunar moham evam yasyasi Pandava. So that's what is very important. So Yajnatva napunar moham yena bhutani asesani draksyasi atmani athomayim. So if we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will again never ever fall into illusion. That's what Yajnatva na punar moham. So in one sloka, Krishna is saying that Yajnatva neha bhuyo anyadi Jnatavyam avasishyate. In the 7th chapter, in the 2nd sloka we studied, Krishna said that Yajnatva, if you get this knowledge, I'm explaining you both theoretical and practical knowledge, both Jnana and Vijnana. Yajnatva, there is, if you know this knowledge, there is nothing else there for you to know. Yajnatva neka bhuyo anyad Jnatavyam avasishyate. But here Krishna is teaching here, in the 4th chapter, in the sloka number 35, Yajnatva napunar moham evam yasyasi Pandava. So you will not get confused again. You will not put under illusion again if you get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's why Yajnatva napunar moham evam yasyasi Pandava. So that way we can actually understand with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can see Krishna everywhere. Because yena bhutani asesani draksyasi atmani athomayi. So we will be able to see in all living beings that Krishna is there. So that is the main thing. Yena bhutani asesani draksasyatmani atomi. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can see Krishna everywhere. So that's what is very important. So Krishna, we can realize Krishna. So this is the science of self-realization. So to understand ourselves, to realize ourselves, everything is possible only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So it's all happening by Krishna's mercy. By Krishna's mercy, when we get this knowledge fully, completely, each and every sloka, if you understand exactly what Krishna says, if you understand exactly what Krishna means, so that means we will not have any more doubts. We will not have any more questions or confusions, nothing. So if you don't have any confusions, so that means we will know very well, without any doubt, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So once we realize that fact, that Krishna is everything, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we will be able to dedicate our life. We will be able to do everything for Krishna, everything as an offering unto Krishna. That is the main thing. Whatever we do, we should be doing it only for Krishna. So all these things are possible only if we have this full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then we will be able to act wisely. We will be able to act with intelligence. So then whatever we do, it will make sense. Otherwise, without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, what we are doing is senseless, useless. Everything looks like stupidness. That's it. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because we are binding ourselves more and more in this material world. That's what happening. That's what happening in our life. Just without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we are attached to material sense objects, our bondage becomes very strong in this world. So Krishna is asking us you cut down, you cut off this doubts which has arisen in your heart because of ignorance, and then get up and fight. That's what Krishna is asking Arjuna. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so we will be able to cut off all our, we will be able to erase all our sins, all the sinful reactions. First of all, whatever sins we committed in the past, everything can be completely erased. That's why Krishna said that Kshipram bhavati dharmatma sasvachantim nikachati. So if we surrender unto Krishna, then we will very quickly we will become a righteous person. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. And we will attain everlasting peace of mind. Sasvachantim nikachati. That's why Krishna is saying that, O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee will never perish. My devotee never perishes. So all these things can happen only if we have this Bhagavad Gita knowledge fully, which we are getting. By Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge. We are understanding. So 18 chapters, 700 shlokas, we should know in each chapter what Krishna is talking about. We should know what are the questions asked by Arjuna and all the answers given by Krishna. So that way, we understand very much about our body. We understand very much about our Stula Sarira, Sukshma Sharira. Stula Sarira is the grass body, and Sukshma Sharira is the subtle body. So earth, water, fire, air, space, all those things are all our grass body. So whatever we see in our body, whatever with our senses we can feel, so they are all our grass body. That's what is Stula Sarira. Whereas Sukshma Sharira is the mind, intelligence, and Ahankara, false ego. They are our Sukshma Sharira. So we will understand with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita everything very well. Then we also understand that we are not this Sarira. We are not the Stula Sarira, we are not the Sukshma Sarira, but we are the soul. We are Atma. That's what we will understand. We are Atma, we are the soul. So the sole purpose of understanding this Bhagavad Gita is to realize that we are the soul, we are not the body. So then to realize about the super soul. Krishna is the super soul. So to understand that we are the soul and Krishna is the super soul, and we should surrender unto Krishna. We should remember Krishna. We should do everything for Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, like Arjuna did it. That's it. Arjuna, who was so much attached in the battlefield, he didn't want to fight. He was so much attached to everyone in there. So he told Krishna that for whom I came here to fight, they themselves have come here to fight with me, and they are ready to even give up their life. Kimno rajena govinda kim bhogaihi jivitena va yesamarte kangshitam na rajyam bhogaga sukanicha taime avasita yuddhe pranam stektva dananicha. So Kimno rajena govinda. Oh Govinda, what is the use of this kingdom? Kimno rajena govinda. Kim bhogaihi jivitena. What is the use of this life? What is the use of this enjoyment? All these things. Yesamarte kanchitam no rajyam bhogaga sukanicha. For whose sake I wanted this kingdom and this everything, this enjoyment, everything. Te avasthita. So they themselves have come here. Pranam sektva dananicha. So they are ready to give up their life. They are ready to give up their belongings. So they are ready to leave everything. They are ready to die, and they are here in front of me. So then what is the use of my life? Why should I fight? But then he realized that he should not be thinking about anyone else. He should not be thinking about all the relatives, all these things. He should be thinking about only Krishna. So at the end, he realized that the use of fighting is that he is pleasing Krishna. So he told Krishna that what is the use of myself fighting? So he thought like that, how I am going to benefit. By fighting here, I will be the loser. But at the end, when he understood this Bhagavad Gita completely, he realized that by pleasing Krishna, he will be benefited. Because by fighting there, Krishna will be very much pleased. Because Krishna wanted him to fight. So that way, then he fought for Krishna. So like that, for all of us in this material world, we should do everything for Krishna. That is the main. We should realize that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and do everything for Krishna. Whatever we do, just do it for Krishna. And on the top of that, it's very important that all of us should preach this Bhagavad Gita, should spread the Krishna's message. That's a very important duty for all of us. To please Krishna, of course. Our goal is only to please Krishna. So just by sharing this knowledge to everyone, taking this knowledge to everyone, and making as many devotees as possible, and Krishna is going to be very, very pleased. So we just have to do that task, do that job very sincerely. Then Krishna will be very, very pleased with us. There is absolutely no doubt about it. So that is the job we need to do on a daily basis. That is the activities we need to do every day. So just taking this knowledge and giving this knowledge and making as many devotees as possible. So in order to do that, first of all, we ourselves have to become very strong in this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita. And we should follow. We should know everything in Bhagavad Gita, whatever Krishna says. Because Krishna is asking us to consult Bhagavad Gita and do in each and every activity, whether we do or we don't do, everything should be only based on this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That's what Krishna is saying. Everything should be based on what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Shastram pramanante. Tasmat shastram pramanante karya akarya vyavasthito. Karya and akarya. Whatever we do, whatever we don't do, everything should be decided only based on Bhagavad Gita. Only based on Bhagavad Gita, we should decide whether we should do something or we should not do something. So for that, we should know the Bhagavad Gita very well. Then only we can decide. We cannot every time when we want to do, we cannot go to Bhagavad Gita and which shloka, what Krishna says like that, we cannot go and refer. That means we should know Bhagavad Gita fully. We cannot go and take the book and read the book to find out where Krishna says what. We cannot do that. We should already know this Bhagavad Gita fully. We should know this Bhagavad Gita completely. We should know, as I just said earlier, that in which chapter, what Krishna says, we should know the complete knowledge. Then we can easily refer Bhagavad Gita, and then we will be easily able to decide, and we will be easily able to do everything for Krishna. Then our life will be very, very, very meaningful life. Very peaceful, of course. It is meaningful, peaceful, purposeful, blissful. Our life will be so much happy. We will be able to enjoy happiness in our life with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, in this world, everyone will only meet with sufferings. That's it. We are always going to suffer. Because this is the material world, this is the temporary world, this is the miserable world. So in the miserable world, temporary miserable world, the only thing which is permanent is suffering. That's it. So that's what we are going to study in this sloka. Today also Krishna is going to teach the same thing, which I many times I quoted in the past. Like that, this is dukkhalayam asasvadam. This is anityam asukham lokam. That's what Krishna is going to teach us. So in the previous sloka, in the sloka number 32, what we studied, Krishna said that Kim punar brahmana punyaga. Oh no, that one. So Krishna is saying that if mamhi partha vyapasitya, mamhi partha vyapasitya, ye pisupa payonayaga, striyo vaisyaga, tata sudra, tepi anti param gatim. That's what Krishna said there. So, striyo vaisyas tata sudras tepi anti paramgati. So, even if one is born in a family, sinful family, or even if one is a stri, a woman, or a vaisya or sudra, but if they worship me, they will come to me. Because if a person becomes a devotee of Krishna, then he won't fall under these varnas. That's what we need to know. We understand that these varnas are very scientific. This is not simply based on caste or something like that. It is simply based on science, because these four varnas are based on our duty, whatever duty we do, whatever based upon our work. That's why Krishna is saying that in the 18th chapter, Brahmana Kshatriya Visam Sudranam Cha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavair Gunahi. So Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visam, Sudram. So all these things, Brahmana, Vaisya, Kshatriya and Sudra, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya and Sudra. So these are all divided based on one's work. That is Gunakarma Vibhagasaka. Chaturvarniya Maya Srishtam Gunakarma Vibhagasaka. So I have created these four varnas based on one's guna and karma, based on the karma, based on one's activity due to guna, due to the three modes of material nature. So this is very scientific, very, very scientific. Many times also refer that there is something known as disk profiling. So all the major big companies, many industries, they use disk profiling. The HR will use disk profiling to identify which profile the employee belongs to. So D for dominance, I for influence, S for steadiness, and C for compliance. So you can Google it. You will find a lot of this disc profile. So this is nothing but Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya and Sudra. Dominance for Kshatriya and influence for Vaisya and steadiness for Brahmana and compliance for Sudra. So that's what disc profile. And they also talk about natural profile and acquired profile. That's what they talk about. So someone has got a natural profile. That's what is called Swabhava. Swabhava, Swadharma. Based upon our Swabhava, we do our Swadharma. So that is called Swakarma. So Swabhava, Swakarma, Swadharma, everything is very, very science, very important science. That is based on one's own natural profile. Then Paradharma, that is acquired profile. Acquired profile is Paradharma. So others' duty. So that's what Paradharma. So that way, we need to understand this Bhagavad Gita fully. And then if you become a devotee of Krishna, then we come above these varnas, basically. That's why in the next sloka, in the sloka number 33, in the 9th chapter, sloka number 33, Krishna is saying that, Kim punar brahmanaha punya bhakta rajarshayastata anityam asukkam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. Kim punar brahmanaha punya bhakta rajarshayastata. Then what to speak? Then what to speak about Brahmanas? Definitely they are in the mode of goodness. In order to be a Brahmana, it's not by birth again. It's only based upon the 3 modes of material nature. So we cannot say that simply by birth one is a Brahmana. One has to be qualified to become a Brahmana, means one has to be in the mode of goodness all the time. That is the main thing. So that's why Kim punar brahmanaha punyam. That is, they are performing righteous activities. So Bhakta Rajarishegastada. Bhakta means devotees. So the devotees means they don't fall under any of these varnas. That means whenever we do devotional service, whenever we are working for Krishna, whenever we perform our activities for Krishna, so that means at that time we are not a part of these varnas, because we are not influenced by the 3 modes of material nature. We can say someone is a Brahmana, a Kshatriya, or Vaisya, or Sudra only when that person is controlled by the 3 modes of nature. Depending upon what mode of nature is controlling, we can say. But when we are working for Krishna, when we are doing everything for Krishna's satisfaction, so that means we are not controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. So that way we will be simply known as bhaktas. That's it. Whenever we are engaged in Krishna consciousness, whenever we are engaged in serving Krishna directly. As soon as we forget Krishna, we come under the 3 modes of material nature. As soon as we forget Krishna. That's why always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That's what is very important. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. We should. So that way, 24/7, we will be bhaktas, devotees. That's why, Kim punar brahmana punyaga bhakta rajarishegastada anityam asukkam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. So having come to this temporary, miserable world, anityam means temporary, not permanent. Anityam, temporary. Asukkam means miserable. Asukkam, no happiness. So it's not temporary, it's not permanent, and it is no happiness. So that's why anityam asukkam lokam. It's a temporary, miserable. So it's a temporary, miserable place, having come to imam prapya, having achieved, having come to this temporary, miserable place, bhajasvamam, you worship me. That's what Krishna is saying. So we just have to worship Krishna. That's it. We'll go to Krishna. There is no doubt about it. We just have to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and simply worship Krishna based on the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We are going to go to Krishna. We are going to go to Sukham, Nityam Sukham. So Anityam Asukham, Nityam Sukham. So Dukkalayam Asasvatam, there is Sukhalayam Sasvatam. When this material world, Krishna says it is Dukkalayam Asasvatam in the 8th chapter. So it is Krishna's world is Sukhalayam Sasvatam. And when Krishna says here in this sloka, in the 9th chapter, sloka number 33, Anityam Asukkam Lokam. So it is Krishna's world is Nityam Sukham. So Nityam Sukham Lokam. So that's what we need to understand. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are getting this knowledge, we are understanding this knowledge. Simply by following this knowledge, understanding, following everything, over a period of time, we will make progress. We will make tremendous progress. We will move towards Krishna. So definitely, we are going to go to Krishna's world. There is no doubt about it. Only thing, we need to act very fast. We should not waste this time. It's a great opportunity. This human life, human body, everything is a great opportunity. So we should use it very, very wisely and effectively. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 33 in the 9th chapter. We just have to finish one more sloka to finish the 9th chapter. So Hare Krishna. Tomorrow we'll finish the 9th chapter. Hare Krishna. I'll discuss if any questions are there.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.